Hi folks, it's Evo here from Thundermist Lure Company. Great to see you and welcome to today's episode of Thundermist Fishing Tips. Little bit of a chop on the water today folks, and I'm going to be doing what I really enjoy doing this time of year, and that is fishing for bullhead catfish. I'm running the T-turn bait rig. That's the number 1A, which is used for panfish, bullhead, any small fish, and I've got it loaded up with some worms, and I want to show you the worms that I am using. Take a look here. Just that. These little leaf worms. I'm going to call them leaf worms. And I've got a couple of them loaded up here on the hook. You can see there. Here's a better look there. Okay. And I've put, because they're so small, I've put 2 worms on the hook. Mind you, you don't really need a lot of bait when it comes to bullhead fishing. But I like to put the worms on the hook, ball them up nicely, and then it's just a matter of waiting for a bite. And hopefully the bite is going to be a little bit aggressive today with this little bit of chop happening. I'm hoping that's going to stir up some things and get these catfish activated and on the bite. So that's the strategy. Cast out, wait for a hit. It's a nice day, great day to be out. Nice and quiet, and hopefully I get into some nice bullheads. Stay tuned, folks. There we go, there we go, there we go, there we go, there we go. Okay, there's the first bite right there. Nice, I love it. It might not be like fishing for big channel cats or anything, but it's just still a lot of fun. All right, yeah, oh, it's a small one. Okay, it's a start. I'm gonna say a little bit small. Oh, look at that. Just a little catfish. But that's a good sign. That means that, you know, they're thriving. So I still have a little bit of worm on there. Probably enough. So I'm gonna get my line back out there again. Now I am using, I've got a 6 foot, it's a 6 foot actually medium power rod. You don't need that for today's kind of fishing. I could have brought my nice little ultralight. And in fact, if you have a light or an ultralight rod, when it comes to fishing for catfish, especially like the smaller bullheads, a light rod or ultralight rod really is a lot of fun. Oh, there's a little bit of a bite. There's a bite. Something small biting again. Could be another small. Oh yeah, see that biting? Just giving a couple of tugs there, but they're not your typical bullhead bite. So it might be a smaller fish. See if he gives me another hit, and then I'll set the hook. Gonna bite again. There we go. Okay. Again, it feels a little, maybe a little bit bigger. Okay, here we go. Again, on a little ultralight rod, this would have been, oh, did I lose him? No, there he is. Still small. Okay. That one is small as well, and he took the bottom hook also. The other one was on the bottom hook. This one's a little bit bigger, but still very, very small. Okay, let's get him back in again. I do want to keep some today, so I'm hoping to get some bigger catfish to put on the barbecue. So I'm gonna bait up and we'll get our line right back out there again. There we go, there we go. See that? Let's see, give me another bite. Look at that, look at that. Tighten my line's loose. One more tug and I'll pull. Give me another tug. There. I don't know if you were able to see that on camera, but he gave me a slight little tug, and that's the bite when they've got the bait in their mouth and they're ready to eat it. So when you get those slow tugs, those are my favorite bites to pull on. Okay. And we got a bigger bullhead. That one I think we'll keep. That one's a little bit bigger, a little bit nicer, and maybe that's why he gave me that nicer bite as opposed to those tiny little bites. Come on out of there, get that hook out of there. Oh, they got that tough gristle. Right in the gristle. Okay, I mean, that's not a huge bullhead by any means, but that'll be a good eater. We'll put him in there. And it looks like I need more bait. Okay, we are back out there again. So that last one was a little bit nicer. And I like to use braided line as my main line when I'm using any kind of bait, when I'm fishing with bait, because you could see the bites much better, and you got that direct hook set with no line stretch at all. So I like to use the braid. In fact, I'm using the Thunder braid today. It's 15 pound, but it's really thin, and it's doing the job. Okay, let's see if I can get another bite. There's another bite. I could have pulled on that one. That's a snap. I like those slower bites. That's another snap, but let's see. And come on, give me a tug. No, that's just a little nibble. Pulled on that other one. I think he's got it. There, that's the one I wanted right there. That was the bite I was looking for. That nice, what I'm gonna say, slow tug. Again, it doesn't feel big. It's a smaller fish. Oh, what do we got here? Look at that. We got a little channel cat, folks. There is one little channel catfish right there. Look at these. The small channel cats are actually beautiful. They're silvery in color. They're dotted. Very nice looking fish. Look at the big eyes on them. They're just a nice fish. But boy, that's a real small channel cat. Again, it's a good sign to see these smaller fish. A really good sign. Okay. So I might have had a second fish biting. As you can see, my bottom hook is empty. Nothing on it. So I probably had two catfish biting at the same time, that smaller channel cat and maybe a bullhead on the other hook. So I'm just going to rehook this worm on here and put a fresh one on the bottom and get right back out there again. Oh yeah, oh, that's an aggressive bite again, another aggressive bite. And oh, I could have pulled on that. There we go. There we go. Again, that small little tug, but it doesn't feel like a big. Maybe not bad. Might be better. No, not much. Okay. The bites are coming relatively quickly, but they're mainly smaller fish. So I might have to just continue to weed through these smaller ones to get to the bigger ones. And that's what happens a lot of times too, are those smaller fish don't give the bigger fish a chance to get at the bait. I need to put a little more worm on there. Yeah, they just don't give the big fish a chance to hit, and then as a result, you end up getting a lot of smaller fish. All right, rebait up again. Okay, we're baited up again. The bites are coming. Actually, the bites are coming relatively quickly. So the fish are smaller, but the bites are quicker and more aggressive. So let's see how long it takes us here to get a bite. The bites have been coming relatively quickly, and no, I thought I might have saw a bite, but no. Okay, so that's a good thing about if you've got children you want to bring fishing for bullhead or panfish of any sort. When the bite's fast and furious, it's a lot more fun for the youngsters. It keeps them busy. Whoa, whoa, whoa! That was a bigger bite. Whoa, that was nicer. Okay, this is a nicer fish. I'll tell you right now, if that's a bullhead, that's going to be a beauty. But you know, after getting that smaller channel cat, it might be a channel. Although the channel cat, they do like worms, but they like cut bait more. But this is a nicer fish. It feels like a nicer fish, and he gave me a real nice bite. He just gave me that nice slow tug. Really, really, really nice. Come on in. It's got to be a channel cat. It can't be a bullhead. Oh, you shouldn't say can't. but a typical bullhead doesn't fight like this. Okay. Oh boy. Oh, it's a channel cat. I saw him. It's a definite channel cat. Okay, we're getting a mixed bag today, folks. So we are getting a mixed bag. Using those little leaf worms and getting a variety of catfish here. And a variety of sizes to boot. Okay. Come on in, Mr. Channel. They give those head sways, you know, those swaying back and forth. And they also like to roll and tumble. But again, I've got the T-turn on, so I'm good. I don't have to worry about any line twist or anything like that. This is a nicer channel cat, folks. On a tiny little worm. Can you imagine that? On a tiny little worm. Look at this. Oh my. Okay. He's just hooked in the side of the mouth there too. Come on, Mr. Channel. Look at this. On a tiny worm. Amazing. Amazing. There we go. Hey, look at there. That's a nice channel. Now, who would have thought after catching all those smaller, catching those smaller bullheads and then that real small channel cat to come up with a big channel cat like this. That's a nicer channel catfish right there. He's a solid 4 to 5 pounds anyways. I'm gonna say 5. All right, let's get you back here. Okay, well, that was pretty good. So now I'm gonna have to rebait up again with some more worm and get that line right back out there again. That was a bonus. Okay, back out we go. Now that, I was not expecting that channel cat on that little, these tiny little worms to get a big channel cat like that. That's a pure bonus. Okay. But this is what shore fishing is all about. Right? When you're fishing with worms, you really don't know what you're going to catch because, if there's any panfish here, if there's any perch or sunfish, they're going to take that worm as well. So, I'm targeting bullhead, but when you're fishing with worms, you never know what you're going to catch. All right, that was a bonus fish. See what else we can get into. There we go. That was another one of those little tugs. Nowhere as big as that last fish. Oh, I think I got another. Oh, what do we got now? As I was mentioning, when you're fishing with worms, you don't know what you're going to catch. Anything will bite. I didn't mention sheephead, I guess. That's a little sheephead. Look at the size of the eyes on them. Small fish, big eyes. Big eyes. little sheephead. Well, how about that? Okay. All right, so let's get our line back out there again. This is a nice variety of fish. Again, you can't go wrong with worms. They catch pretty much everything. I don't know of any fish that won't take a worm. Okay, I've even caught lots of trout, rainbow trout and steelhead on worms. So worms are just a great, it's the universal bait, worms. Oh, is that a bite? A little bite. Let me pick it up. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh yes, okay. This time I thought, let me pick it up and do something a little bit different. That's kind of fun too, that you feel the bite because the catfish are not as sensitive, let's say, as other fish. So you're not going to startle them if you pick up the bait. Oh, it's a little bit bigger. Here we go. Okay. Oh boy, and he swallowed it. He wanted that bait badly. Okay, this one, unfortunately, it's small, but oh, that hook is right in there. I'm gonna have to let's see if I can get it out. He's gonna have to keep this one. No, I just broke the hook off, so I'm gonna have to. You got to get that hook out and get it out. But it's a smaller bullhead, but I'm gonna have to keep it because the hook is buried right in there. And if that ever happens, by all means, folks, keep the fish. Don't let them go, especially if you don't think they're going to make it. You're better off keeping the fish. But here I am. I'm going to weed through these smaller fish. Eventually, I'd like to end up with at least a dozen bullhead. And if you want to see how I cook them, I put them on the grill. I love to grill them. I'll put a video link here for you. You could check out my cooking catfish episode, and also how to clean the catfish. I'll put a link there for you as well. But you know what? Find the shoreline. Very relaxing way to fish, and so much fun. Thanks for joining me on today's episode of Thundermist Fishing Tips. And as always, folks, until next time, good luck and good fishing. Yes, I need the needle nose. He just inhaled that bait.